All right, folks. Let's look at Cardinal Presentations. What are these? All right. This is not a cardinal. This is a painted bunting. And painted buntings are beautiful birds. Look at the patchwork of color. It almost looks like a Frankenstein bird that was just sort of stitched together from a whole bunch of different birds. It's beautiful, to be sure. Not a very good image as far as a presentation goes. We do not want painted bunting presentations. Presentations that look like one slide to the next slide to the next slide just kind of don't belong with one another or came from somewhere else and they were sort of jumbled and assembled into a single presentation. Beautiful on a bird, not beautiful for a presentation. You see this problem a lot with group presentations, for instance. 3 people might have worked on a presentation, and based on the construction of the slides, how the information is mapped, how many words, what does the image to word sort of ratio look like, are there different fonts? So based on all these factors, I can really generally tell what one person did as opposed to another. This is not the right way to go. We do not want painted bunting presentations. We want cardinal presentations. Look at the coherence and monochrome of this beautiful bird. You say, well, there's black. Yes, there is some black on the cardinal's face. It is symmetrical, okay? This looks coherent. It doesn't look like it came from several different birds. It looks like sort of a singular bird. All the components work together in unity. All right. So these are good reminders for presentations, especially when you're doing some presentations that are a part of a group. Try to be deceptive. Don't let your viewer know one person did it as opposed to another. Try to have uniformity. That's what we're striving for here. Well, how do we accomplish that? Some notes on format. First off, you will have a title slide. Maybe we'll call that little black part on the cardinal's face the title slide because it's a little different. Oftentimes, and this is maybe just a note in general on presentations, not just cardinal ones, but oftentimes students put their best picture on the title slide, and appropriately so. But what happens is students might introduce their names, say their topic, and the discussion of or the elaboration on that beautiful slide just never happens. So if you are one of those people who likes to put pictures on your title slide, and that's not a requirement, be sure to talk about that picture. Set the scene. Who is it? Where is it? Where does the photo come from? Maybe the photographer is important. I don't know. But make sure that you touch base with that photo. You selected it for a reason, so let your viewers know. All right. Content slides. We're using a 1-6-6 rule. What does that mean? It means each slide has a single idea, and there are 6 bullets. There can be up to 6 bullets. There doesn't need to be 6 bullets, and 6 words per bullet. So this, and you can think about it, if you sort of have some sort of guiding principle as you work with others on a presentation, it lends to coherence. The idea here is to really leverage the value of a visual presentation as opposed to an essay. If you're writing a whole lot of words on your page, maybe a presentation isn't the right genre or medium for your historical presentation. The goal here is to show image, okay? And by adhering to a 1-6-6 rule, it allows the image to really be king or queen or president-elect, all right? Or vice president-elect. Okay, I could go on. I'll stop. Think of Twitter. In your mind, you're saying who uses Twitter. Okay, well, I think general rules for social media also. The idea is that limited words, images, visuals are critical for the message, all right? With respect to images, select images that reinforce points in the text and vice versa. Again, you're using limited text. Your images should be selective. Make the connections between the image that you select and the point that you're making explicit. Otherwise, your images are just sort of space fillers, and that's not what we're going for here. We want to make sure that the images are instructive, just as the text is. Because again, we're using limited text. Images are sort of important, very important. And because there's limited text in your discussion of the slides, you're going to want to make sure the relationship between the image you select and the text that you have is clear. You may crop images. Do not stretch them. Okay, that is a violence to art. All right, do not stretch the images, but you may crop the images. If you have questions about that, let me know. I can walk you through that. And label them with figure numbers and titles, and there are some examples later on. All right, there it is. Oh, whoops, I do actually have a further point here. Include a bibliography according to Chicago style at the end of the presentation, as well as an images cited. And again, there are examples on that. All right, well done.